Hi, I'm Keith. Mark's behind the camera. Today we're going to do an anime head. We're going to also maybe put a hood on it with ears. Oh yeah, I'm going to keep going. Let me just start. All heads kind of start the same way. You want to start with a circle. Now you want to draw lightly because a lot of what you do will be erased. But first things first, I need to make this dark enough for you guys to see. So I'm going to be a little bit darker than I normally would be. So I like to start with a circle. I like to give it a center line once I get the circle done. So this is going to be kind of a straight on shot. It's not a 3/4 angle. It's just a straight on shot. So whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. So I'm going to create a chin. You just want to make sure they come to the same point and that, you know, the jaw line is approximately the same on both sides. I'm going to give this little guy, this little girl a neck here too. Anchor it a little bit. Now, I'm also going to come across the head almost at the center. But I'm going to give it a little bit of a curve, just like a head is round. And then I'm going to do another one. These are where my eyes are going to go. Now, anime eyes are very large. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in. The idea is you want a cute character. You want the eyes to be at least one eye apart, but not only that, you want them to be big. And kind of wide spaced. So I've got, these are going to be my pupils. So far I've got my basic layout. Now, if you look, I've got on my circle, my nose is probably going to go right about where the circle is.
Sorry, do that again.
Okay, as you can see, my nose is probably going to go right at the bottom of the circle. So I am now going to also come down a little bit farther. I'm going to put my mouth in. Now I'm just going to put a line across, just how I want to place the mouth. So at this point, my basic head is in. And what I'm going to do is now add, around this, I'm going to add her hood. So it's going to come down and around. So you want to leave, hair has mass, hood has mass. So it's going to be, a little bit, a good size bigger than the top of the head. So I'm going to have this come down. So I've got the outside and the inside of the hood now. I can add ears very quickly. All right, now I can also add, why don't I add some ears here too? So she's going to have a hood with a little anime character on it. So there we go. I'm going to add shoulders. Ooh, that's too high.
Right. She's a football player.
Yeah, exactly. Because I do have a neck in here, and I do got a... There we go. All right. So at this point, I have my basic layout. I'm going to go ahead, start erasing out what I don't need now. And that's why you want to work lightly, because you dig in too hard, you're going to end up having a hard time erasing the lines out that you don't need. All right, at this point now, I'm going to kind of bracket her pupils, or irises and pupils, with basically eyelashes. top and bottom of her eye. I'm going to add just a very thin eyebrow. Like I said, nose is about right. Now, at this point, I'm going to start softening up her features a little bit. So I'm going to kind of round this out a little. Her chin maybe not quite so pointy. Give her a little bit of cheeks. Round it off a little bit. And I think I'm going to start adding a little bit of hair back there also. Now, I'm also going to add some hair on her forehead. Now, when you do this with anime, I've noticed that they tend to triangularize the locks of hair. Their hair is fairly straight in Japan, and it tends to look fairly straight when they do their artwork. So, if you'll notice, I like to use, and they like to use, triangles. And they're kind of rounded, but they're easy to do. Okay, and now I'm going to make sure that the hood is visible now. Okay, so I'm also, wait a minute. I'm going to add a couple eyes up here. A couple round cheeks. And tiny little nose. And a little bit of a smile right there. And I do believe I've kind of created a Pikachu hood. And then his ears would be nice and black. So I'm just going to lightly fill that in so you can see it. Now, how cute is that? All right, so now we're going to come back. We're going to work on the eyes now. Now, the eyes are the most important thing on a head. You just got to get this right. So, once you want to make sure that why you made the guidelines is so that they line up correctly. They got to be the same size. They have to be at least one eye apart. So, I think we're pretty good there. Now, you want the iris, the pupil. Which
pupil
one?
Is the dark spot.
The dark spot.
The color.
Okay. So, the pupil has to be exactly in the middle of the iris. Okay? They got to be the same size. Okay? Now, as the head moves, as your head turns, yes, you're going to get, different perspectives. But this is a very straight-on shot. So, right now,
it's her anime driver's license photo.
Exactly. So we have two pupils that I'm hoping are right in the center. They're proportionally the same. And now I'm going to bring these eyes to life. So I'm going to put in highlights. Highlights are the little white dots you see in people's eyes. The reason they're there is our eyes are moist, therefore they reflect. I'll tell you what, you don't put highlights in your pictures, your eyes look dead. There's just no life to them. So it really helps to have them. The other thing I like to do, and this is what we're going to work on now, is, you're going to give your eyes good clean lines, okay? We've got highlights in. You can have 2 or 3, actually. I think the people in Japan, they're incredible. They make highlights everywhere. It's just their eyes are glistening and bright and shiny. It's very beautiful. So I've added 3 highlights. So now it's time to bring this thing to life, bring these eyes to life. What we want to do is you want to fill in the pupil, make it dark, leaving the highlight. I left one little highlight in the pupil itself. Okay, so right now she looks surprised. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the side. You can kind of take the side of your pencil, and we are going to blend color down. Lighter, lighter, lighter. Okay, so at the top, basically we're going to want it almost as dark as the pupil. Actually, probably as dark as the pupil. What that does is kind of gives the eye a little bit of a 3-dimensionality because it's rounded. So under the eye, what do you call those? Eyebrows. Eyelids. There we go. Under the eyelids, there would be a little bit of shadow. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to add a little bit of shadow there too. Okay, just below the eye, a little bit. Eyelid, rather. Okay. So, same thing on this side. I'm just going to kind of fill this in. Like I said, what we want to do is, as we come down, we want to get lighter. And you just leave those little highlights white. And I think it's better to use wider pupils, bigger pupils. When you use very small ones, and you know, some of the animators do, it just makes them look like they're like scared or terrified even. So again, I'm gonna maybe add an eyebrow. And I'm just going to put a little bitty mouth on him. It seems like it's kind of fun, the anime that I see. It's usually very, very small noses, just a little, nothing actually, just a little dot. And then the mouths are very small also. So I think at this point, I can start kind of doing detail, filling in hair, maybe hair color. It's up to you. I like to ink them. Do we have time?
Yeah, if you want.
It's going to take a little while though if I do. All right. So I'm just adding a little bit of shadow here. You know what? I think not. I think we're going to just go ahead and shadow this up with pencil.
Alright, so we'll save inking it for another video. But give us a suggestion on what type of anime character, whether it's a specific character or just a style, like versus Goku from Dragon Ball Z versus a generic anime elf. Let us know what you want to see in the comments, and we'll make a video, and Keith will ink and full color that one.
I think I know a couple of the characters that I would like to show are L from Death Note. He's always cute. And who were you suggesting?
Well, Anime in the Shell is going to be big.
Yes.
Soon.
Yes.
Or Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell. I think that would be a fun one to I watched those. Absolutely loved them. Love that.
Cowboy Bebop.
Yep.
Akira.
I think I keep moving my picture around.
You're fine.
Okay. So as you can see,
or maybe an anime version of a character that's not normally depicted as that style.
Batman.
I think you've been done before.
Ow.
So let us know in the comments who you want to see.
Okay. Batman. Let it go. Just let it go. All right.
No, we already did Elsa.
Fine.
As a Funko Pop.
What about, never mind. I'll let it go. All right. But it's fun. Creating your own characters. I actually had a couple young ladies in my class that came in wearing these fun hats. I think it was an Eevee and a Pikachu. And we actually took photos of them and created characters of them because of their fun and silly hat. All right, I think I'm about done. Remember, get some value, get some nice shadow in there. You know what? I'm gonna actually maybe shorten her chin just a little bit more. And what do you think?
Looks good to me.
All right.
Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Give the video a like so we know if you want to see more of this kind of stuff. And thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you. Take care now. Bye.